r/ask Reddit. What's the weirdest thing people get offended by? Someone just doing their job. No, you can't use that coupon that's been expired since 1971. I can't believe how rude that cashier was. Worked in a clothing store that would send $10 off $25 coupons occasionally. For obvious reasons, you can only use them once. So we were told to rip them up and throw them away after scanning them. The anger that would fill the old ladies' faces when I ripped that coupon in half and threw it in the garbage after scanning it was scary. Once, a customer angrily demanded that I give her the coupon back so she could use it again. So I scribbled on it with a black Sharpie and gave it to her with a "have a nice day." I really shouldn't be in customer service. I once had a lady get upset when my co-worker threw a used coupon into the garbage behind her register. The lady leaned over to watch her do it, then pointed it out to me telling me to get the coupon out so she could use it. Lady, not only does this store practically shower coupons on you like confetti through mailers, in-store flyers, and a website that almost always has a scannable coupon, but we even accept competitors' coupons. It would take almost nothing for you to find a discount on your phone. No, I'm not digging in the trash for you. Asking people what they think then getting upset when people tell them what they think. I've watched too many dating shows where someone asks how old do you think I am, and then get offended by the response. I love to answer with at least 10 years more than what I really believe. Standing up for yourself within reason. People will forever get offended for no longer being able to take advantage of you. And they act like that's the weird part. My girlfriend had a friend that constantly demanded favors of her. I say friend, because it was a classic one-sided relationship. Her friend was quite mentally ill, but she used it as an excuse for her poor behavior. My girlfriend had known her a very long time so didn't want to seem rude by cutting the friendship off. What I noticed about her friend is that her friends weren't really her friends. They were more like minions or yes people, a bit like Crabbe and Goyle in Harry Potter. She didn't have genuine close friendships like most people do. She only hung out with them because they did stuff for her. She didn't like friends that rocked the boat, in other words, that didn't obey every word she said. Once my girlfriend started standing up for herself, this friend started to say you're no longer cool, and just kept on calling my girlfriend rude names. My girlfriend didn't give in though. By then she had seen that her friend was just trying to manipulate her. Eventually her friend just found another yes person. Passing them in traffic. I recently got a car with cruise control and I was able to test a theory I always had. Do people actually go faster when I pass them or do I unconsciously slow down? Now if I think someone is speeding up I put on CC and keep the speed constant and watch people sail past me like their family's honor is on the line. People also drive proportional to the perceived sportiness of the vehicle. Slowly pass someone in a 1990 Camry, maybe they'll speed up, maybe they won't care. Slowly pass someone in a bright red Corvette, you become magnetic and everyone you pass will either pace you or try to pass you. Others' tastes and interests, music, video games, movies, etc. As a metalhead I get this a lot, but you ain't seen nothing until you get metal elitists talking about other metal. As a metalhead, I'm here to say that metalheads are the worst. I'm in the US South and I'm arm to pretty much every stranger I come across in the wild. It's just what I've grown up with and is meant as being respectful. We get a lot of tourists and occasionally I'll mom a woman and she'll flip thinking I'm calling her old and if I see some guy they'll think it's like a sarcastic challenge. On the flip side, any locals who you don't mom into will get offended. So I'm in a pickle every tourist season, living in constant fear of moms and sirs. This same situation happened to me when I was traveling through Spain. I called a younger woman the Spanish equivalent of mom and she went off. Had to explain I wasn't from there etc. Now please just tell me where I can find my train gracious. When you say no to what they asked from you. Asking was a formality. They were telling. Hearing something in a different language. Seeing people flip out on someone else having a private conversation in another language always confused me. Why are you eavesdropping in the first place? Usually it's the insecure people that flip out that think everyone is talking about them. I may unintentionally stare or listen as it's not common to hear another language around here and I find it interesting. Asking to be paid back. I lend you money, then suddenly I'm the a-hole when I ask for it back. Then they say okay, I'll send 100,000 a month and then never do it, and still have the balls to interact with you on social media as if nothing ever happened. When I say I don't want children, it is my decision to make and people should accept that. Seriously, I've had people ask if I have or am having kids, and when I say no they looked at me like I farted at their mother's funeral. Food subreddits can be some of the salty subs on this site. People get so worked up over images of food, especially if that food item slightly deviates from their purest interoperation. Don't believe me? Make an English breakfast, but instead of normal toast use Texas toast. Also leave out the tomatoes. I guarantee you the comment section will be buttery drama. When you get someone's dog's gender wrong, everyone keeps calling my black lab mix a boy. Good boy. Hey buddy, I don't care, but when I got a little fluffy white dog named Tinkles wrong at the park, a lady bit my head off. Tinkles is a boy. Alright, chill. I find it really funny when people are super apologetic for thinking my fluffy white dog is a girl. Often when I do the, oh his name is Henry, they feel the need to clarify he is handsome not pretty. It's fine. He is pretty. He also doesn't care what the hell you call him as long as you give him treats. Being asked to wear a mask. It's crazy how many people will verbally assault a teenage host when she's just informing you of restaurant rules. I legit just forgot my mask and no one else was walking in the grocery store at the same time, so I didn't get that visual reminder. It wasn't until I saw the kid that is guarding the door wearing a mask that I stopped. The tone of his voice told me that he probably gets yelled non-stop every time he has to say it. But he said, "Sir, you need a mask to enter. County regulations." He looked like I gave him the keys to a caddy when I said, "Ah, shit, just forgot mine. Sorry, man," and ran back to get it. Disagreement. A different opinion is not hate nor confrontation. You take that back. Hearing about their kids behaving badly. My niece is ducking hellish. When things don't go her way, or we ask her a simple question, she flips out and throws a tantrum. And when I told my brother, her father, he also flipped out saying yes he's just wrong a WLED. He did this as he bounced on his toes from frustration and claiming I can't defend him. My fiercely atheist ex-wife, who would get super offended if you didn't say bless you after she sneezed. Like, what the hell? Unerotic nudity. That is the only kind that exists in my house. I don't understand why people get offended when you ask their age. Also cuss words, piercings, tattoos or exotic hair colors. I think people get offended by cuss words because, by definition, they are offensive. I find it very weird when people get offended on someone else's behalf, especially when it comes to other cultures and ethnicities, as if they don't think they are capable of speaking up themselves or something. Last year, a white girl wanted to wear a sari-inspired dress to prom. I'm Indian. I thought it was pretty, as did my other Indian friends. A lot of other people, white and non-Indian POC, thought it was cultural appropriation, and she ended up not wearing it. Nipples. Yeah, I've always found it so bizarre that you can show pretty much an entire breast so long as there's a tiny piece of fabric or a paste covering the nipple. Being offended when describing a death by saying the person died or is dead instead of passed on or passed away, denying it won't make them come back. Thank you. An old co-worker had the ducking nerve to correct me and tell me that I should say my dad passed away because it's rude to say he died. Imagine having the audacity to tell somebody how to grieve. Dietary preferences, needs, and allergies. Not liking an artist they like. Some people lose their mind when I say I dislike Eminem. That's reasonable, but when people say they hate an artist and they've never even heard a single song by them, that when it gets bad. I had one friend who hated Green Day with a passion, but when we played Brain Stew he ducking loved it. We asked him and he just said he thought Green Day was trash without actually listening to them. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.